And as we hit 100 of our guests, we appreciate as we scale over 100. Let us begin. Gigi, we ready?
We're ready, sir.
All right. Welcome, everybody. My name is Bobby Smith. I am the field president for Powur, the fastest growing solar company in the United States. As you'll see, recently featured in Inc. magazine as such. It's our honor to be here with you tonight. Our goal is over the next 30 minutes to give our guests here tonight enough information to make an informed decision. I always share with people, as you look at the solar industry, we know how important this is for man and womankind. Our entire world has been put under red alert by the entire scientific community. We need to make a change. Electric prices are soaring throughout the United States. Weather conditions are dramatically enhanced throughout the United States. And it's a very special time for our company as we are on tour through major markets throughout the United States as we prepare for what we believe will be $1 billion IPO. So we're excited to have you here. What we're going to do is go through our presentation. Then we will open it up at the end of the presentation for a few questions from our guests only. And then our representatives will follow up with you throughout the evening. So it is my pleasure tonight to introduce the first guest here tonight, our co-host or speaker tonight, Gigi Gopher. He is a gentleman that I had the pleasure of meeting in South Florida. He has a rather extraordinary business background and career, and like many of you, does not come from the solar industry, joined our company, believed in our mission and what we were doing, and has now built a multiple six-figure income with a business that's now scaling throughout the United States. So Gal and Gigi is going to walk you through our presentation tonight. You'll meet a special guest when he's done, and then we'll come back and answer any questions that you have. So Gal, we're so thankful that you're here tonight. We appreciate everything that you're doing for the company, just leading a very successful campaign, our tour through South Florida, as we're ready for another tour in South Florida in March and in April. So with that, I turn it over to you, sir, to walk our guests through the Powur platform. Sir, you have the ball.
Thank you so much, Mr. Bobby, and huge thank you for our field president, one of the most inspiring people I had the pleasure to meet. And you know, this is part of my why, actually. I've been here, I'm originally from Israel. I've been here in the US for about 9 years now. And about a little over 2 years ago, I found Powur in one of these events in Florida, you know, just before COVID. And I found this amazing company. And 2 years after, we're doing this Freedom Tour, and we've just finished a whole week of events all around Florida. And, you know, it's really about not just being the future of energy, but the future of clean energy. And something that I think we can all share from any nation, from any country. So first of all, this is my why, and Powur has changed my life altogether. And today I get to work in something that's not just amazing, but do it with amazing people like Bobby and like yourselves. So today we're going to learn what is Powur and the innovation for solar and sales professionals. And we're going to start off by, first of all, learning really what is or who we are, and also about our economic model and how we can help you start and grow your success with our platform. We're going to learn about all our solutions as you get started and grow your business. And lastly, of course, how to join as well. So congratulations on your decision to join what is going to be a life-changing event for you. Let's watch this video together on why Powur began, why we are here, and why we are changing the energy industry forever. So I'm going to roll this little video of our little journey. Please stand by.
From the beginning, Powur has always been about how do we solve the biggest challenges facing our planet, and how do we help people create a rewarding, abundant, meaningful income and livelihood through participating. And the reason why that's at the heart of our company is because that's what I needed. That's what I was searching for.
Have fun, my friends. We'll see ya.
I get a call from Jim Bunch, and he says, hey, I'm going to the Amazon rainforest with the Pachamama Alliance. I think you should come down here with us. And I'm just like, you know, sure, I'll just up and go to the Amazon rainforest next week. You know, not many people are gonna say yes to that invitation, but I felt that I had to be there. I knew I was at a turning point in my life. I was looking for something more.
We are trudging through the rainforest right now. We have two guides, Ashwar guides, who are completely native. Their culture has been living in this forest for thousands of years. They just made contact with the outside world only to really form an alliance to protect this rainforest from oil companies and mining companies and companies that literally will come in and just turn all of this into a desert. There they are. Keep your wings down there.
But it was during one of the initiations that I had the vision for Powur.
The journey continues, my friends, continues.
In the middle of the Amazon, there's drumming and singing and chanting and all this going on, and I hear this voice say, you are meant to go back and start the first crowdsourcing platform for solar energy. It was clear as day, and that's when I knew. I knew what my life purpose was. From that point forward, I knew what I had to do. It was a vision that literally came from that forest.
Being in the rainforest, there are many lessons that Jonathan and I got down there that we brought back to the company. And I remember for myself, one of the things that was crystal clear was how connected everything is. And what we do makes a huge impact. When you hire and you recruit and you train and deploy people based on what they value most, you create a synergy that's incredible. When you align those values with a clear mission and a clear vision, you create synergy.
The vision of Powur is to accelerate the adoption of sustainable energy worldwide. Our mission, and I want you to take this in, because when you join us, this is going to become your mission too, and I want it to be real for you, and I want you to be excited about it. Our mission is to build the largest clean energy platform on planet Earth. And the way that we're going to do that is through decentralization. It's not about having one giant utility or one giant company anymore. It's really about creating platforms that empower the crowd to participate in everything. And the way that we're going to install millions of solar panels on homes every year as one community, as one company, as one platform, is through a crowdsourced model. If we build a platform that allows the crowd to do it, that allows the entire ecosystem of solar to participate, then we can reach the kind of scale that at Powur we dream about, that we're focused on, and that we are going to achieve. And this is your invitation to join us.
Buckminster Fuller said, to change things, don't try to fight the existing reality. Build a new model that makes the old model obsolete. And until we find a better saying, we're going to keep using this amazing sentence that's so close to my heart, and I hope to yours too. And that is exactly what Powur set out to do, to change an industry, to create an entirely new model. You know, we believe that the individual solar sales professional, you, is solving the biggest challenge in solar and deserves the greatest benefit. And for that, we created an economic model that really changed the industry and changed the game in clean energy altogether. So let's take a quick moment, and we're going to watch another quick video about how our economic model can help you as you get started and you grow your career in the clean energy industry with Powur. Stand by.
When we started Powur, we were looking at all of the ways that we could really help solve the challenges inside of solar. And it became super clear to us really quickly that the challenge that needs to be solved in solar energy today is customer acquisition. We've got the technologies. We have all the tools. We have the workforce. We could be installing as much solar energy as you can imagine right now. What's missing is the customer adoption. It's the societal adoption. And that's why we built the first model in the world to pay the people who solve the biggest challenge in solar the most. and that's you.
Your decision to be part of the future of solar and renewable energy really comes down to a choice of two pathways: an outdated get a job, work for a company model where you go to work for a solar company. Maybe you might even receive some leads that are often sold to multiple companies. The commissions are often equivalent to solar minimum wage. There is little chance for personal or professional growth, and there are often geographical boundaries. There's nothing scalable about the technology and nothing to secure your personal or economic future. It's a job, plain and simple. That simply doesn't work or make sense in today's world, not in the new and thriving platform economy of today.
We live in the age of platforms. Uber did not become the largest ride-sharing company on earth because they went out and they bought, millions of taxis and hired millions of drivers. They created a platform that allowed anyone to share a ride with anyone else through their app, and they crowdsourced it. Real estate, the old way was you walk into Prudential, there's an agent there paying $500 a month for their desk or whatever it is, and that's how real estate was done, right? The new way is EXP. It's a totally virtual brokerage platform that allows any real estate agent to sign up and offer real estate anywhere in the world that EXP operates in with the biggest commissions, and they became the fastest growing real estate company in the world. Let's look at the old way of doing solar and the new way of doing solar with the Powur model. The old way was you went to work for a solar company. So you basically had a job or you worked for a dealer somewhere and you earn money in one way and one way only when you sell. And fundamentally, you are a local or regional construction company of some kind. That's the old way. Now let's look at the Powur way. We have a cloud-based virtual platform that allows you to work from anywhere and sell solar to anywhere as long as you have access to your iPhone, right? You get 4 different methods for earning. You have the biggest commissions in the industry instead of the littlest because the majority of revenue gets shared with you through this platform-based model. You have 3 other ways to earn: passive, mentorship, and equity. You have a scalable technology platform so everything's under one roof, and we're decentralizing and crowdsourcing the fulfillment and the customer acquisition so we don't have the barriers to scale that the predecessors had in the past.
If you're looking at solar, you may not be aware of how incredible this opportunity is. There are 130 million homes that are plugged into what we know as the dirty energy grid. 90 million of those homes are eligible for solar, and at this point, a little over 3.5 million have actually made the transition to solar. So you're looking at a virtually untapped industry as we know it today. So let's talk about what's happening in the industry itself. What's driving it is the homeowner can go solar with absolutely nothing out of pocket, 0 out of pocket. They increase the value of their home by 4 to 6%. And they are going to lock in the cost of their energy. So they never have to worry about the rising cost of energy again from the energy that we're producing from their panels. There has never been a product or service in my career that I could say does that much good, creates so much impact, and makes you great income at the same time. And how we make income is by having access to something called cost of goods.
So if you are a solar sales professional at literally any other solar company in the world except for Powur, this is how it works for you. You get a price to go sell solar at, call it your red line. And your company might say, okay, this is your price and anything you sell over here, you get to keep. And then the company, you don't have any idea what their margins are, by the way, but the company gets to keep everything underneath that price, and you get to keep whatever is over that price. And that's how every single solar company in the world works, except for Powur. Powur is the only company in the world that offers a transparent cost of goods business model. What this means is that we give you, as a selling price, the actual cost of goods to install that system. Whatever it costs, we look at the labor, We look at the construction, we look at the equipment, we look at the permit fees, just the fixed cost of goods to install that system. That is your selling price. So when you sell a project with Powur, you get the cost of goods as your selling price, and then whatever the profit is, you keep 70% and Powur keeps 30%.
You compare that to the traditional company who would pay $2,000 to $3,000. Powur pays over $7,000 on average, and that is over double what most traditional companies pay. You can sell in all of the states in which we have coverage, and all of that is managed for you through the back office in Powur. They also handle the accounting, all of the operations, everything that's necessary, and then pay you for every single deal, every single day.
My team provides all the support you need to present your solar proposals and get your documents signed easier than any other solution in the industry. The Powur solution makes it so simple to get a proposal. Within minutes of entering a lead into our system, you have a dynamic proposal back all under one platform. The proposal allows you to control how many panels go on your customer's home, change equipment, control their energy offset, adjust your commission, margin, any adders required for the job. Plus, you get to qualify all of your customers for financing and issue them final loan docs to sign within minutes. You have a dedicated sales support team to assist you in signing every customer, and once your customers are signed, you have a dedicated project manager to assist you and your customer along every step of the way, all the way to installation. I've worked at so many of the biggest solar companies in the industry for the past decade, and I swear I've never seen a platform like Powur where it's easy to sell, you get paid as much as you do, and we're here to support you every step of the way.
This is your chance to join the most disruptive platform that has entered into the solar industry in over a decade and really participate and reap the rewards. Join us. This is the time.
How beautiful it is to be in a company and a platform that provides so many different ways of winning. So you know what? I know the video already did the whole story, but let's summarize to make sure you really understand our 4 types of income. So first of all, our cost of goods model, like nothing else in the company, providing you a 70-30 split, giving the lion's share of the business to you, the hardest working person in the platform. So for example, on a regular project, let's say for example in Florida with an average margin of 10,000, you will get the lion's share of 7,000 in commission, and Powur takes the 30%. Now, the second part is our mentorship program. You know, one thing that you have in our platform that's absolutely amazing is the ability to earn as you learn. And what we created in Powur is over hundreds of people that are tier 3 sellers, or what we call mentor, that are here to help you get started. As you submit your first leads, they're going to be helping you in closing your first 1 to 3 deals. And as you do it, as they help you, and as you go through it with coaching and training, they're going to pay it forward, and they're going to split with you half and half on the project. So on a regular net commission of $6,000, you as a consultant get $3,000, and the mentor, the tier 3 seller, makes $3,000 as well. Now, our industry first revenue share income. Powur is the first solar company to pay revenue share income on people that you refer to the platform. As we do, we sell solar and we help other people sell solar as well. So as you bring people into the company and they close their first deal, then they get 70%, the lion's share of the business. And Powur takes from that 30% and pays half of that back in our revenue share program. Absolutely amazing. And of course, our equity ownership plan, where you get to be not just a part of the future of energy and clean energy, but you get to own a stake and to become a shareholder by receiving stocks for our company. So on your first install, you're looking at 25 options. And then people that you refer into the platform, when they sell their first deal, you get 12 options as well. And you have yearly performance goals for people that are motivated go-getters. For 25 installs, you get 250 options. And watch this, as I did on the first time I saw this event. We're looking at, for 50 installs, 1,250 options as well. as well as discounted options program when Powur goes public. As like Bobby mentioned, we are eyeing a $1 billion IPO over the next coming years. Now, as you get started, it's so important to have the right solutions to give you the tools and the support that you need to succeed right from the start. So the first thing is training, and we provide you right from the comfort of your home, this live daily group coaching where you can find on Powur Calendar, the Powur Sales Success System, and an onboarding like no other in any other company. Like the lead generation training, so you can get started and know right away how to submit leads and how to find them and give them to the mentor to help you out and get started. As well as our disruptive virtual training platform with mind-blowing virtual events that are focused on you and how to get your business started and growing right from the start. And if you haven't realized it yet, we are literally everywhere. Everywhere you see right now in blue are states that we're already operating, and the states in yellow are states that we're actually opening up right now, and we're growing every single day. And this is the beauty about Powur, the ability to become a leader, to become someone that's in the clean energy industry, in the future of our world, and to be able to be a testimonial of someone that had this great success as well. And usually we do show a video of testimonial of our field leaders, people that have gone through and blazed through to success like no other. But today we actually have a few guests here that we want to talk and share their story instead. So let's summarize first what we're looking at. More commission, ownership, and freedom in 4 different types of income from our 70-30 split on our cost of goods model, where you get the lion's share of the business. Our mentorship income, where you can earn as you learn. Our revenue share, as you bring other people and help them sell solar as well. And our equity ownership, as you get stocks in our company as we blaze towards our IPO. And all of that to get started, to own your own business for a $99 one-time onboarding fee and a $49 monthly licensing fee as well. Now, if you're serious about it, you'll also find our Powur Live, our monthly virtual training platform for $35 a month as well, which will give you even more training with top income earners and top sellers and mentors in our company as well. So the best way I can say it is join us, become a shareholder and get started. And what today nobody can deny is literally the best, the future of clean energy and the best platform that you can find out there. Now, at this point, I want to stop for a moment and give the ability here to talk to someone very, very special, a field leader that's right now starting our Freedom Tour in Virginia, Mr. Jeff Cash. Jeff, are you with us?
Yep. Hey, how are you, buddy?
Hey, Jeff, how you doing, buddy? It's good to see you, man. What's happening?
Nah, man, just living the dream.
So we know you got a little baby on the way, right? I know we're talking about that. But Jeff, while we attract hundreds of people, 300-400 a month that aren't solar professionals, we attract 100 and 150 solar professionals a month. You're one of them, right? You've made a lot of money in the industry. You've built a reputation in Virginia. Maybe you can share with people from your perspective as a solar pro, what you saw when you came to Powur. Well, what attracted you here?
Yeah, I mean, one of the biggest things when you look at most solar companies, either you have to go to someone and then tell you, hey, this is exactly what you have to sell it for. And then this is the peanuts that we're going to share with you for doing all the lion's share of the work, where, let's face it, getting the lead, making the transaction happen, bringing the revenue to the company, you're one of the most important people in the organization, if not the most important person. And I think the first thing is Powur showed me is they recognize that and they pay the lion's share of the money to that most important person, which is the person helping grow the company. So that was the first thing. And then the second thing was, I come from the brick and mortar. So I come from, you're having to have business licenses, you're having to have insurance, you're having to pay payroll taxes, you're having to have overhead, we were paying, upwards of $20,000 a year just in insurance, and there was many times, as Charles has said it too, there's many times where I wrote myself a check, but unfortunately I didn't write in the drawer because I'm like, I can't cash it because I got to pay everyone else. So it was, it gives you the ability to have that $1 million company with, I mean, $49 a month overhead. I mean, that's nothing.
What would you pay for proposals in a month, Jeff, if you were
Oh gosh.
running
So
an
yeah, I
org-
mean, so we use Solo, which is by far the #1 proposal software out there. And and I always tell people when I'm talking to them, I'm like, go to their website and look. They post their rates. You can see. First of all, it's like $200 a month, and then it's $12 or $25 per proposal. So, there's months where I do 15, 20, 30 proposals in a month, and I get all that for free. I mean, that would cost me thousands just in that. So, yeah, it's a no-brainer in that regard.
So Jeff, maybe you can share with everybody. So again, you were attracted to come here, right? And you've basically been pioneering the Virginia marketplace. What's your experience been like so far with Powur?
Yeah, so obviously I've been here a very short time. I came here in August of last year, so I've been here about, I guess, 5-6 months now. And a lot's happened. I mean, when I first came, Virginia was just launched the month before I came on board. And we have, I mean, now become, as you know, one of the fastest growing markets in the new market launches. I mean, we had phenomenal events in October. We're gonna have a phenomenal tour now. But all of that is, we have a lot of good core people that are working really hard. Yeah, just like your shirt, it's the freedom. I mean, it's what we do. But truly, it's the leadership here too. I mean, it's people like yourself. It's people like Rachel that we saw in the video. People like Charles. Of course, we're all spearheaded by our wonderful CEO Jonathan, who just has a vision that I can't even grasp what he imagines. So with all of those just right components and right pieces, it's like the ultimate puzzle that we're now in front of. I met a guy a long time ago, and he was talking about cell phones, and I love this analogy. He said, if you had gotten into the cell phone market in the early 90s, you'd be rich now. And he gave me an expression. He said, you get in before a trend, you make money. After a trend, you spend money. Solar is that trend. We have the perfect time and the perfect product, and now the perfect vehicle, in my opinion.
Yeah, funny you said that, because I got in front of cell phones back then. When people thought that cell phones would never adopt. They thought that the internet was a joke. That's just what people think, right? So Jeff, we'll talk about the event and the tours in a couple minutes. But from your standpoint, speaking to the guests out there, solar pros, non-solar pros, where do you see this going for you and for them? What are the possibilities here?
Absolutely, yeah. And so, as you know, by when I first, met you, I came on board with the company to sell. I saw a phenomenal opportunity to make, money. For the solar professionals out there, I'm going to tell you, look at this compensation plan and look at it very, very, very close. When you realize how much money you're losing by selling this, I'm not saying that, you can't have someone, there's a lot of good companies out there. And I'm not saying you can't sell similar equipment that we offer. By the way, we partner with the best manufacturers and the best products that are on the market, but so do some other companies. But look at dollar for dollar, your effort versus your effort here, and how much you make here versus somewhere else. And you're just going to be blown away.
Yeah.
And then, for all the folks that are looking at this opportunity who are maybe saying, I don't know the difference between a solar panel and a cell phone. They're just electronic devices to me. What I would tell you is this. When you look at an opportunity, to me, there's 3 things that are important. Number one, it's cost of entry. When you're looking at something new, that's obviously, on the forefront of your mind. It's got to be cost of entry. It's got to be something you say, hey, I can make sense of this, right? Number 2, is the market growing or dying? Well, I encourage you to turn on your TV, turn on your phone, look at anything, and you're going to see solar. And as you said, Bobby, you're going to see the red wave everywhere, because the climate control and the emissions and everything of the sort is just getting worse and worse and worse. And this is us doing our part. And this is us doing our vision. And number 3, I didn't think that this was important as it is, but it is. Love the people you work with. And I will tell you, you won't find people that will go to bat for you more, go to fight for you more, do the right thing. You may not always agree, but you're never going to agree with everyone no matter what you do. But no matter what, have people that have your back. And I will tell you, this organization, if you do the right thing, you work hard, you put forth your dues and you bring good business, they're always going to have your back and you're always going to get paid well.
Well, Jeff, I think it's easy for people to see why and how you're building a multi-million-dollar solar business while you're building a family at home and securing their economic future and fighting for their healthy future as well. So we thank you for being a part of Powur. We thank you for leading our entree into the Virginia marketplace. We're excited for the tour. We'll talk about that in a minute. So thank you very much, and we appreciate you, man. I'll see you soon. So thanks, brother.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right. So Gigi, as you open up the chat bar, so again, this will be for questions. And Gigi, I'll ask you in a few what you got there. I don't always see them that are coming out there from the audience. This is for our guests only. So folks, again, just in recap, a couple thoughts. Remember, Inc. magazine, out of 32 million companies in the United States, we were 61, right? So you got to be doing something right. We're the fastest growing solar company in the United States of America. You know, one of the biggest challenges the solar industry is facing right now, like every industry, are supply chain issues. Well, somebody asked me, what's the difference between Powur and everybody else? Well, a couple months ago, we had $21 million in cash in the bank. Tesla's lost $6 billion. So we were able to prepay a lot of this equipment to ensure your commissions, to ensure what's happening. And remember, we're attracting about 500 to 600 now sales and solar professionals a month. They might be in the roofing business. They might be anyone that calls on the homeowner, really, mortgage business, real estate, insurance. It's just a natural. If you're calling on the homeowner, roofer, you're the trusted expert of their roof. And we're excited about our tour right now. I see a lot of the folks on here tonight are in tour markets. I'm heading to Virginia this weekend. Just left Florida, heading back to Florida. Just finished up Colorado. We're heading back there, heading out to Nevada. Illinois just came on the map. Excited about the Texas tour. We just had over 200 people and a new Millionaires Club in the great state of Texas, where we are now the #1 solar company in the state of Texas. Almost 9% of all solar in the state of Texas is now going through our platform. And even more absurd than that is almost 2% of all solar in the United States of America is now going through our platform. Gigi alluded to $1 million media, a CNN-like media center that we built in Southern California to, in my opinion, control the narrative on renewable energy. And if you saw or attended our meeting a few weeks ago, we had the owners and the CEOs of the biggest companies in the world in the industry that believe in our model and believe in what we're doing and how we're doing it. You know, a wise person once said a long time ago, if what you're doing is not working, change course. Well, they've been doing solar for 20 some years. You got thousands of companies and 100,000 people out there selling it. And you've got 4% market share. And then you look at the rest of the world and you look at what Amazon has done to retail, and you look what Uber and Lyft have done to transportation, and you look what Airbnb has done to travel, and where finance is now going with crypto, and Amazon has shifted the world. So what I say to everybody, if you draw a circle around your life, and communication and transportation and travel and retail and finance and workout have all shifted to an online platform, folks, who would want to be in a traditional solar model? The more we grow, the more our prices come down, the greater volume pricing, right? And because it's a transparent revenue share model, that means the more you make. And it's really that simple. How often in your life can you catch a company, 7 years in business, 200 million in revenue, climbing up the Inc. 100 list, and no one knows who we are? And solar is just the beginning. We just had one of the biggest names in the history of solar invest in our company and join our board. And he believes that the next big thing is the charging station in your garage on our platform next. And then the electric vehicle. Why not on our platform next? And in Florida very soon, the energy efficient HVAC system, air conditioner on our platform. Why not? Right? That's the future. Gigi, questions in the from our guest out there?
I'm going to tell you that I think you and Jeff have made it so clear that there were no questions left.
And we've done our work. Folks, the people that brought you on here will get back with you tonight and answer your questions. We have a newsletter that goes out every week. We have an online Facebook page with thousands of people on it. Some of the best training in the world. Our director of training, Jim Bunch, you can Google him, one of the best in the world. We are so blessed with the talent that we are attracting and blessed to just have the level of people. So again, folks, we haven't started yet. All of these markets that I mentioned, even Texas, we're the #1 solar company, hasn't started. Virginia hasn't started. When I first came down to Florida 4 years ago in the state of Florida, you know what the market penetration was? 0.1%. And the government was illegally trying to override solar, tricking you in a voting booth, just like they're trying to kill it in California right now. Do you know it's the law in California? You can't build a house without solar. Do you know it's the law in parts of Miami? You can't build a house without solar. Folks, it's going to be more and more because we have no choice for the future of our children and for their children. What do you think that future is going to look like? I am the eternal optimist. I am the dolphin. And I know in my heart of hearts, if we don't take action, our children's children, when they reach our age, will be living a different world than we are today. Where will they get their food? Where will they get clean fish? Where will they get clean food? Look what's happened with the red tides in Florida, the ice storms in Houston, the historic fires, and now in Colorado and California. We must do something. And if you can build a career, if you can build a future doing something that you believe in, that's brilliant. I see one question that came through that I'll answer: how are we vetting contractors? That's a great question. And that's one of the ways we've gotten better than we've ever been before. Remember, we grew 1,500% in COVID. So scaling and operations, when we brought on Paul Winoski, who helped build Sunrun, exited, came back here. He brought his best people. How do we vet contractors and installers better than anyone else? We check their online records, we check their track records, we check their financials, we get on the phone with them, we vet their leadership, we track all their first deals, and we make sure that they are meeting the standards of our platform. If not, they are replaced. The better they do, the better online reviews they get, the more business they get. It's as simple as that. We live in a world now where online reviews control where business goes. So that's what we do. We bring on the best. And if they don't meet our standards and yours, they are gone and we will replace them. Folks, remember, our innovation hasn't even started yet. So remember, we went from a company 6 years ago. They found me on Facebook. I flew out to a company that had a handful of people on top of a clothing store. And today we have $1 million media center, CNN-like, in the heart of Southern California. That's what growth looks like. We measure every deal. We have data scientists that we have hired amongst our 150 employees now to track and monitor the performance of every installation that we make. Our customer reviews are rising every day. We are getting great reviews on Yelp and Google and everywhere that's important. So again, is the only well, you can buy a solar system, you can lease a solar system and a PPA system, and if you have credit challenges, again, so we have options for all of this. I think Charles Thompson put it best in closing. When the average solar professional walks into a home, they're challenged. They're selling what that company wants them to sell, like Jeff said. When our representatives walk into a home, they can look the customer in the eye and say, I don't represent a solar company. I represent you, the owner. I represent all the major panel manufacturers. I represent all the leading finance companies. I write all of the best of the best. And why? Again, folks, this is not magic. This is called math. Why does everyone want to be on our platform? Because we're the fastest growing solar company in the United States of America. So every major company wants to be on our platform. We get financing and deals that no one else can get. It's driven by math. But we are driven by culture and we are driven by humanity. If it's not good for our grandchildren, we simply won't do it. So again, we are honored to have you on here tonight. We are thrilled with all of our leaders. We appreciate all of you being on here. I see Tom Cotter and Ray doing their thing in the chat bar there. Again, these are all independent representatives who just believe in what we're doing and most importantly, how we do it. So for my colleague, Charles Thompson, who's traveling around tonight, for Gigi, who just filled in magnificently. We just appreciate everything that everyone is doing. For Jeff, who just did a splendid job here tonight. And for everyone working behind the scenes, we truly appreciate everything that you're doing. So we thank you for being on here tonight. Please get on the phone with the person who brought you on here tonight. Get your questions answered. Enroll in our company tonight. You'll be immediately taken into training. We've got major events coming up. We are months away from the biggest solar event in the United States of America in Texas. We're blessed. We're having a blast. We really love all the people that are working with us. And what else can you ask for is that you can't wait to wake up in the morning so that you can do it all over again with the people that you're doing it with you. Thank you, everybody. Blessings. Luigi, peace. Good night. Thank you.